Bam, we're live. Good morning. Kevin, Mr. Bako, Mr. Weed. Mr. Delap. Hello. Good to see you guys. Chris Ibarra is coming on this morning. Chris Ibarra. Am I saying his name right? I guess we're about to find out if I'm saying it right. I had a great time last night. Went over to the Metfix party over at Greg's house. I had such a good time. I met so many cool people. Greg's got a big screen TV in the garage. I sat in a little, what are they called? Adirondack chairs? Is that
Yeah, like a nice wooden deck chair.
like a chair that's comfortable to get in, but when you get out, you're like, oh, Nelly.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one.
I always wonder how, whenever I see someone older than me getting one, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see this person try to get out. I had 4 sparkling waters and a Diet Coke. Put goo in I wore a vest. I hadn't worn it in a long time. I wore jeans. I got all dressed up. I look like Santa Claus, who was like at Club Med. Screwed my hair back. I met so many cool people. I met so many cool affiliates. Nope, no margaritas. Greg's wife's name is Margarita. She had a smoking hot, she has this chick visiting her who's just so fucking hot. She was there. I went over there early in the afternoon and they were laying out and I hung out with them. There's these 2 just crazy hot chicks in bikinis laying out at Greg's house, his wife and this other chick. And then me and Dale just sat right next to him and talked. He told me CIA stories. I saw that Bin Laden movie and I was trying to ask Dale stuff about it.
Which Bin Laden movie?
The new one that's out. It's like a 3-part series.
Oh, on Netflix.
Yeah. And Dale was in the CIA during that time and went over there to get Bin Laden. I had forgotten, or I didn't.
CIA?
Yeah, and I didn't know the details. It wasn't the military that was going to get Bin Laden. It was the CIA. They didn't want to use the military.
Right.
So it was crazy. And Dale was part of that team that went over there to get Bin Laden. And there was just a few dudes. You know what I mean? It was like less than 20 guys. Chris, what's up, dude?
Not much. Just trying to listen to what you guys are talking about.
I saw this Bin Laden movie on Netflix, like this 3-part series.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, I watched that when it first came out.
Oh, okay. And then, and so I've been asking all my friends, like, what parts of it are true and what parts of it aren't. It was like, as soon as the guy who said he killed Bin Laden came on the screen, my wife's radar went off. She's like, this dude's not telling the truth. So I started asking people, I'm like, did that guy kill Bin Laden? They're like, absolutely not. They're like, everyone knows he didn't do it. I was like, no shit. And I had a buddy who went over there. I don't know what I'm allowed to tell. I can't wait to have Dale on, but Dale knows all sorts of stuff. He hadn't seen the movie. Hopefully he'll see the movie before he comes on. No, it wasn't that one. Caleb, did you see the one, Chris, that's a 3-part series?
Yeah, the one on Netflix.
I think that's the one.
Is it? What's the name of it again? Because the picture,
American Manhunt.
No, is that it? It had his picture with like crosshairs on it or something, right, Chris?
I can't remember. It's been I watched it when it first came out, and I think I watched it in one day.
Hey, yeah, me too. I sat down. I started at 9, and then it was midnight. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I think it's crazy that they wrecked the helicopter on site and then had to get in a different one.
Hey, I'm so stupid, but my wife pointed this out to me. Isn't it a trip that the whole movie is about Bin Laden bombing the Trade Center? But at the end of the movie, they tell you he didn't do it. It was KSM who did it. Khashoggi did it. And he's still alive in Guantanamo Bay. And the whole premise of the movie is to catch Bin Laden who bombed the Trade Center. And my wife's like, hey, isn't that part weird?
Yeah.
And then I Googled the guy's fucking name. He was supposed to be executed in July of 2024, but Biden let him off. They gave him life sentence instead. I'm like, holy shit, the guy who bombed the Trade Center is still alive, the mastermind.
Yeah, that's crazy. I guess I missed that part. I didn't even.
Me too. I'm like, I remember them saying it, but until my wife said it, she's like, that part's weird. Yeah, this guy. This is the guy that the movie says was the mastermind. I think Bin Laden just paid for it.
I feel like they used this picture as hey, this is Bin Laden, like a lot. I feel like I remember seeing this picture a lot.
Hey, dude, that's what I look like when I wake up in the morning if I had margaritas the night before. I swear to God.
How old were you guys when 9/11 happened?
I was 6.
I was probably 40. I don't. When did that happen? 30.
2001.
2001.
So I was
Tough.
born in 72. Yeah, I was like 29.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
There was this really, really hot chick I knew who lived in New York when it happened, and I think it like broke her resolve, and she finally started dating me.
Wow. It could be the end of the world. That's all it takes, huh?
Yeah. All right. I'll get with this dude.
I was 1, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Oh, look, Dallin wasn't even born yet.
Wow.
Just wee babies.
Hey, Dallin, go away. Go do something. We're about to talk about game secrets, games training. This guy's down. This guy's doubling your progress. He's only been doing CrossFit for 6 months, and he's going to the games for the second time.
6 months.
He's gone to the CrossFit games twice in less than a year. With less than a year of training, Chris. Am I saying your last name right? Ibarra?
Yeah, that's fine. It's perfect.
How do you say it?
Ibarra.
Say it one more time.
Ibarra.
Ibarra.
Yeah, it's the same way. It's just different. It just sounds different because in Spanish it's like Ibarra. Like that's how I have heard it my entire life. But like last year at semifinals, they were saying it 5 different ways. And I was like, you guys just stick to one. I was just like, I don't even know at this point who you guys are calling for.
Okay. Ibarra. So you roll the R's, Ibarra.
No, I mean, I don't mind the Ibarra. Like all through school, it was Ibarra, Chris Ibarra.
Okay.
So
and what's your ethnicity?
Hispanic.
Because when I hear Ibarra, I think Japanese, and then when you roll the R's, I hear Hispanic.
Yeah, it's Hispanic.
Does it mean something? I've never heard that last name. It's a great name.
I don't think so. I've never looked it up. I just know it's Hispanic.
You speak Spanish?
Yeah.
First language?
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah, like whenever I first started school, I failed. They held me back because I didn't know any English. Yeah, so it was a little rough.
Where were you born?
I was born in Oklahoma.
But your mom and dad spoke Spanish at home, so no English.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, my mom's pretty fluent now, but I don't know how much she was speaking whenever I was 4 or 5. But no, I didn't know any English.
Has it eroded at all? Any of your Spanish?
Oh, for sure. I'm barely around any Hispanic people nowadays. High school was probably the last time I was like around Hispanic people every day because I went to school with a bunch of cousins. But yeah, it's gone away a little bit. But I understand it a lot more than I can speak it.
When you go into a Mexican restaurant, do you order in Spanish? Like if you see the lady's like native, or you know she speaks Spanish, and you're with the homies, will you speak in Spanish just to like strut your shit?
Sometimes I do. I get in trouble like if my dad's with me, like he gets on to me like, you need to talk to them in Spanish.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I see that they're speaking English, I just speak in English to them.
I live in an area where there's tons of Mexicans, and if I'll go out to eat in a Mexican place, every once in a while, Dave will try to break out his Spanish. His Spanish sucks, and then he'll try to order in Spanish, and then they'll talk back to him, and he's like, "Fuck," you know what I mean?
I mean, it's
he's
helped
like,
me
"Shit."
quite a bit, like with Spanish. Like there was one time the plane was taking off, and I was traveling, and this guy didn't know any English, and he was like standing straight up, and the plane was taking off, and they were like, "Sit down." He didn't understand, so I had to tell him to sit down, or he was going to be at the back of the freaking plane.
Yeah, it was zip ties on him.
Yeah.
Hey, I have when I see these videos of people losing their shit on planes, I have like no tolerance for it.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's some crazy stuff. I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable.
Like the other day, someone sent this video, and it's this really pretty lady, and she stands up on the plane and starts telling people that Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior. I'm like, yo, I have no problem with that. Not on the fucking plane before takeoff. I don't want anyone standing up and acting weird on the plane. Be cool.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Yeah, be cool. I don't want you saying fuck this plane's gonna
really
crash. I don't want you saying Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior. I would just want just normal people. I don't want anyone who feels I want you to feel awkward in social settings. I just want you to just be chill.
Did you
Oh, man.
actually say that? Did you actually
No,
say
but I think
Oh.
that, like, I'm watching the video and all these people are like, "Oh, what a great video. She's standing up and talking." I'm like, "No. I want just normal people who, like, are assholes, who are, like, don't want anyone touching them, and, like, I just wanna be on a plane with normal people who and a really stiff pilot who's, like, wants to take off and land."
Dude, I
No.
always have bad thoughts. So, like, every time I get on the plane, I'm just like, oh, this can be it. This can be it. But I keep it to myself.
Me too.
And I'm just like, if I'm thinking about it, maybe it won't happen. This way, I'm like, because I mean, I've always, like, you don't know when you're going to go. It's always what stays in my head is like, you never know when you're going to go. But if I'm thinking about it, maybe I'm not going to go yet.
You ever look around and you're like, "There's no way God's killing all these people. There's some good people on here.
Yeah.
There's no way." No, I'm in good company. He's not getting me.
Yeah.
You're going to the games. Where are you right now?
I'm in Kansas City.
Oh, so you're that man. Good on you. So you, even though you've changed coaches and looked for other avenues to glean success in the sport, you've stayed there at home base. You went from Oklahoma to Jacob Hepner, Olivia Kerstetter world, and that's like your
Yeah.
home base.
Yep. I've been here for almost 2 years. So it's helped me a lot, honestly. A lot easier to train with people too. I was training by myself before, but yeah, it helps being here a lot, being with them too.
So the deal is it's kind of like almost like you did make it to the games really fast, and we'll get to that journey. I mean, relative to other people, but um, you basically have the CrossFit whisperer Jacob Hepner, and then you have this elite athlete Olivia Kerstetter, who's been in it since she was swimming as a sperm, and then but then you've also had different super high level coaches, uh, that the gentleman Jason Ansley, HWPO. Now you're at Proven, and then kind of like you have Jacob Hepner there to oversee all of that training that comes in. Is that like the big picture view before we drill down?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're correct.
Wow, how cool is Hepner that he does that?
So Hepner has always like given me small details. He's never like really coached me. Like if he sees me doing something like wrong, he'll just be like, "Hey, fix this." But no, he's been very helpful. Like I whenever I first moved, I was always asking him questions. He was probably annoyed with me, but it was always like really good to have him and Olivia next to me because Olivia was like really good on strength stuff, and Hepner's like the opposite. He's really good at like body weight conditioning stuff, and then just like having them both, I think that's what really helped me a lot, and just getting my ass kicked on on both movements, and that's helped me a lot.
I am going to go back to the beginning, back to when you only spoke Spanish. But before we get there, so how does that work? You're this dude who's doing CrossFit, and you reach out to a random guy who used to be a really elite CrossFitter, and you're like, "Hey, can I move to Kansas and work out on your property?"
So whenever in 2023, my buddy Jason Ansley, my coach at the time, knew Jacob, and he basically asked for a favor if I can come up there and train with him, and that's really how I got a hold of Jacob. And I met him during semifinals in 2023. Was my first year going to semifinals, and I think I placed 16th there. And I knew if I wanted to make the games, I needed to be around people like that. So it was Jason Ansley that got me a hold of him.
So you trained one, like, getting ready for semifinals there, and then that was kind of testing the relationship with Jacob and the scene there, and then after that, you moved there.
No, so I was still living in Oklahoma City in 20 or Oklahoma, sorry. Or yeah, Oklahoma. And then I moved there in 2024.
But you had already done a little bit of training, that you'd spent some time there and
I
done some
did
training.
I did 1 day of training with him. Yeah.
Wow.
He gave me like a little tryout, see how I was, because he doesn't want like some asshole moving up there and being a dickhead around everyone. But yeah, it was just 1 day of training, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. I want to be around this.
And Kerstetter was there when you did that day?
No, she was at a concert. I wish she was there. She was at a freaking concert. I think it was a Taylor Swift concert.
Classic.
Hey,
It was-
isn't that a trip? I mean, she is like to say that Kerstetter is going to win the game someday isn't like far fetched. Like that's
no.
that's a I mean, you have a world class stallion there. She's so young, and you went there even before meeting her. Were they in hindsight, now that you've been there a while? Has she told you ever like, yeah, I was concerned about you coming here. I don't want some asshole coming here.
I've asked her. She hasn't really answered it. I've asked her that question. She didn't really answer it. But the very first workout we did together, she did not do very well, and she says she's always like trying to like murder the person. And me and her got put together, and for some reason that day she could not do double unders, and I still give her shit to this day.
Wow, wow.
And because the first time I met Jacob, like I beat him too, and I was like shocked. I was a little shocked. And he still jokes about it. He's like, "Yeah, you came in here and whipped my ass," or but
Did
yeah,
that
she
make
was the
you second
same
guess
way.
going there?
Yeah, where you're
What?
like, fuck, I don't belong here. I just beat this
Yeah.
dude.
Were you
Fuck
like,
this
dude,
guy,
I've beat
yeah.
the fuck out of you people. What are you doing?
No, there was a couple weeks after that, and I was like, whenever I moved there, I was like, "Oh my gosh, my body's cramping." There was one time I jumped on the bar and both of my calves just like shot up. I'm like, "Oh," and I dropped because my calves just like went because of the amount of training I wasn't used to.
So you
But
tapped in the middle of a workout in front of
no,
Hebner.
no, I had to use the J hooks to get back on the freaking pull-up bar.
Like you had to
You
pull
got a little
yourself
Yeah,
up
step stool.
like you were a
Couldn't.
dude without let. Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I'm not quitting this workout in front of him because he was doing it with me, and I was like, I had to step on the J hooks, like, and then like grab on, and I could barely kip because if you kip, your calves are just gonna go again.
So he had seen some weak moments of you of
100%.
Chris Ibarra too.
Yeah, 100%.
Chris, are your parents first generation?
Uh, I don't know,
You
honestly.
don't know if your parents were born here or not, or you
I
can't
know.
say
I
in
think
the current climate.
I think my mom is. I think my mom is.
Okay,
I don't think my dad is.
is he just not telling me, Caleb, because of all the ice shit everywhere?
No, they're fine.
Mm,
No.
And do you have siblings?
Yes, from my mom's side, so my parents aren't no longer together, but from my mom's side, two brothers, and then from my dad's side, I have a brother and three sisters.
Okay, so big family. So 6 of you all together, including you.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Wow. You feel how is that? You feel a lot of responsibility? I can tell my son's only 10, and I feel like he's got a lot. He takes on a lot.
Uh, I wouldn't say anymore. I said when we were younger, my mom would work like night shifts, and I felt like I was always taking care of my brothers. Even in like I was like 12, 13 driving. I was driving at an early age, probably shouldn't have been, but driving them around, driving them to school, like whenever I wasn't allowed to. I would just have to park away from the high school and stuff. But yeah, I would say just whenever we were younger. Not now. They can take care of themselves.
At 13 years old, you would drive. You were already that's some
Yeah, I mean,
Oklahoma shit. That's
that was
awesome.
a very young age.
Did you ever get pulled over?
No, no.
hell yeah.
I followed the rules.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's like some third world shit. That's like a story my dad would have for me. So at 13, you were already driving, and were you scared when you would do that?
It never felt right.
Yeah.
Like I would park away from the school and then I would be like, wow, that does not feel right. I feel like I'm breaking the law, which I was. Didn't feel good.
I've never known anyone who was driving at 13. Did you know any other kids who were driving?
I had a couple cousins that were driving at a young
Okay.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was like, if they're driving, I'm driving. But they also had parents like working night shifts too and a single parent. So I wasn't alone. So we were all just parking away from the middle school or the high school, taking our siblings to school.
Hey, to be honest, when I look at you, you look kind of ageless. You look timeless. When you were 12, you look 20, and you still look like you're 20. Like, you look like you've just been 20 forever.
Nah, I
Did
guess
people
it's
ever guess your age? Like, did you always see that? People think you were more mature? Like, you just don't you just like, even when I looked at these pictures of you as a kid, like, you just always look the same age
oh
to me.
gosh, that is deep in 2018. That's when I started.
And how old are you there?
18 years old. I go by the year because I was born in 2000.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a lot of responsibility. You at 13, would you stop at a gas station and put gas in the car too?
Uh, yes, yes, I did. But I never like went inside. It was always like my mom's credit card.
Yeah, yeah. Damn, dude.
I
And
Yeah,
she
remember the
wasn't
first
and
time. Yeah, that's scary. Doing
yeah,
gas for the first time and you're that
yeah.
young, you're like, fuck, I don't even know. How do I do the gas? Which one
No,
do I pick?
I mean, she taught me. It wasn't like anything new. But yeah, I would be scared if I was trying to figure it out. I wouldn't be like, do I press the 87? Do I put the diesel?
look at this is good. Look at the racism. He's more of a siphon guy. No, listen. All Hispanics don't siphon guy.
Right.
Let's stop that. Uh, okay. So crazy. So obviously, regardless of what you thought was the baseline or not, a lot of responsibility on you, and you were clearly mature and responsible from a young age, and highly capable.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, most 13-year-olds are like, oh my, they're like fat with pimples, looking at porn with their friends. By the way, you people out there, different. I don't want to digress. But
What?
but I was gonna tell to someone the other day. Someone at this party last night was like, "Hey, my wife wants me to tell you not to swear around your kids." I was like, "Okay, thank you." Some solid advice. But it's like, yo, listen, motherfucker. Like, I don't send my kids to school. My kids are the last kids you should be worried about. Like they anyway. Uh, nothing.
No swear.
I'm gonna get to beat your guys. The last thing I'm worried about in this day and age is my kids hearing me call them a pussy. Like like don't worry about it. They don't know shit. They're just simple innocent kids. I was at the party yesterday and I was flattered. Every third person was like, "Oh my god, you really do have the greatest kids in the world." I'm like, "Yeah, thank you. I know."
You're-
Okay, so really responsible, big family, mom, good examples around you. Mom's working hard, uh, no trust issues with her son, letting her drive. I mean that's the way I see it. And and were you playing a lot of sports as a kid? Were you always like athletic
Yeah.
and staying
Yeah.
busy?
I've been playing sports since I was fourth grade. I was playing football. Probably shouldn't have been playing football at that age. Um, and then as soon as I got into middle school, I was playing like football. I was running track. I was playing basketball. Uh, everything basically in middle school. And then I started focusing on football whenever I got to high school and just ran track and played football.
And when you ran track, was that just to keep you in shape for football? Is that why you did that?
No, I enjoyed it. We had a fast group all through high school. We also our relay teams were like going to state, and I enjoyed it. So like winning is fun. I think my senior year we ended up with like 3 state medals. Not first. We didn't get first. We got pretty close, but we had 3 state medals.
And what did you run in track?
So I ran the 4x1, the 4x2, and the 4x4. That was my freshman year.
And when I hear the word "by," that means they're relays, right? 4
Yeah,
by.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So 4 people.
And did you ever run any longer distances?
My senior year, I was having hamstring problems, and so I was like, you know what? Put me in the mile, coach. And he thought I was kidding. And then he put me in the mile, and I'm probably the biggest kid out there in the very back because I don't know if you've ever seen like a mile start, like everyone bunches up, and I'm in the back because I signed up late, and I ended up running a 5. I think it was a 5:20 and winning it because it was a slow high school meet, but I ended up winning it, and everybody was like, "What the heck?"
Wow. Was that painful? Do you remember thinking that oh shit, that's really bad, the mile?
Well, that was also my senior year, so like that's whenever I first started CrossFit, and so I felt like CrossFit was having me run pretty far, and that's probably why I did pretty good on the mile was because of CrossFit. But everyone was like, "What the heck? You're not supposed to be running that quick for that long."
What
Because of how.
position what position did you play in football?
So I went to a small school, so we played both ways. I played running back and strong safety.
And I know running back's the guy the quarterback gives the ball to and you run. And then what strong safety do?
It's one of the defensive backs, so it's like either a corner and sometimes a linebacker,
So you don't
right
start on the
behind the
line,
line.
you're a little behind the line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you're
Yep,
looking for someone who to get a pass or someone to try to run around
yep,
the line and then you get them.
yep.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I actually like that more than the running back position. That's what I went to school. So I ended up going to JUCO to play football, and I went to play strong safety for JUCO. What are we looking at here?
Oh, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
on
show
the
stuff on the
top right.
positions.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, which one is it? It's the
The SS up top.
yeah.
so you're really back there. So you have to have
Well,
good eyes.
sometimes we would come up if we needed to because there was always like two receivers on one side. It was never a 1-1 like this because nobody really ever runs this I formation right here anymore because it's like old school football.
Yeah.
So there was always a guy and there was always two receivers on one side and a receiver on the other side.
I remember that that I formation. I would watch. I was a Raider fan when I was a kid, and I remember they would be like, "This is the first time in NFL history where there's three Heisman Trophy winners in the I formation." I think it was like Plunkett, Marcus Allen, and like James Jett or something. But that's weird. I just remembered that,
Yeah,
or
I mean
Bo Jackson or something.
we ran that I formation pretty well. Our team we barely had any seniors. We made it to the third round. We needed to go to 5 rounds to get to the championship. But no, we were okay.
Did you play with a full team? Isn't there something they do in high school where they play with like smaller teams when they don't have enough people or something?
Oh yeah, there's an eight man football teams for
But
like
you
the
didn't do
smaller
that.
classes. No, no, no. I played 11 man. I have played at 8 man before. Like after high school, I got on an 8 man football team for a couple games, and it was me playing against a grown man. It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, but it hurt a lot.
What's JUCO? Is that a code for?
2 year. It's a 2 year college.
Ken Walter,
Junior
junior
college.
college.
Junior high.
Okay.
Junior
Oh, I'd
college.
never heard.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like community college. It's where all the D1 universities send their kids who don't have good grades before they.
I went to junior college.
Why didn't you go D1?
I didn't play sports in junior college.
No, I went to a JUCO because I'm from a small town called Miami, and it's literally in town, so I didn't have to like pay for like staying and stuff. It was pretty cheap for me. The cheerleading coach actually reached out to me and was like, "Hey, if you want to come cheer, we can pay for the full ride." And I was like, now looking back to it, I was like, I wish I would have freaking done it.
What were you good at gymnastics? Why did he say that? What would you?
I think he just saw me. He just saw me and was like, "Hey, you're built. If you want to
Yeah.
come cheer, I will pay for your whole college."
Yeah, and you had a little
Solid
menudo,
base.
and you look all shiny. You got a little Backstreet Boy in you. I could see it. Like you would present well to like. I see it, and then you're clearly strong enough to hold like some girl in a skirt over your head with one hand.
Probably if they
Yeah.
if they showed me, figured I'd figure it out.
How tall are you?
5'9".
And I was listening to your podcast with Pedro, which was about a year ago to the day. And do you still weigh 200 pounds?
About 205.
Wow.
205. Yeah. Yeah, I had to gain some weight because everyone is nowadays is like way heavier than the average 195 weight like it used to be, but no, it's everyone's heavier now.
God, you hold it so well. You do not look like you're 205 pounds. That is crazy.
Yep, I there for a little bit I was weighing 210 and I was like, nope, too heavy. Too heavy.
And what's when I think about like the general like stereotype or like thought of Chris Ibarra, people think of you as a good runner also, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not a concern. And then your best finish last year at the games was the run swim uh with the 9th place.
Yeah.
So dragging that big all that muscle around is not an issue for you. You can move all that.
No, so like whenever I competed at TFX to qualify for the games this year, I was like, wow, I look thick. I need to lose some weight because I was at 210. I was like, I'm gonna lose some weight after that. Even though we had like a small little run, it didn't feel good.
Oh, okay. But how did
Yeah.
you do though? You qualified there. You still did well, right?
Yeah, I qualified, but it was a small run. I could just feel it. My knees could feel it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I felt pretty thick. Yeah, that was
Damn.
probably the 4th time I've done that workout.
Jesus.
How is your snatch? I watched the Dave Castro interview with you, and you told me your max snatch was 280 a year
Yeah.
ago. Is it still 280?
I haven't maxed out yet.
Okay.
I hope we are able to do that someday. I don't think we're ever going to ever again, but I think it'll be cool if we do one time.
Do you think that you have more in the tank now? I mean, not that
Oh
there's
yeah,
anything wrong with 280. Oh, really?
yeah. I have a little bit more in me now.
Okay, so all the numbers are moving up.
Yeah, 100%. And me gaining a little bit of weight helps a lot too. The numbers.
Was junior high fun for you? Did you like school?
No.
No.
No, I had good grades though, but no, I didn't enjoy school. I wouldn't say I was like, oh, let's go to school. Come on, I'm excited. The only thing I miss is seeing the people that I used to like. I basically grew up with. That's the only thing that I miss. Um, yeah, I wouldn't say I loved school.
Because why? The academics or the sports or family life? What didn't you like about it?
I just didn't. I didn't find it fun. I don't think doing homework, studying, paying attention, staying still was
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
Was fun. No, so yeah, I have an issue like standing still for like over an hour.
That's probably
Probably.
10 times longer than most people, though, so that's probably why you did so well. Most people can't do it for more than 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's my uncle gave me a haircut a couple months ago because he's a barber. He just got certified, and he took about 2 hours because he was brand new. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am losing my mind. I'm like shaking and
Your calves are cramping?
yeah, I was like never again until you get quicker.
No, that's not ADHD. Dude, listen, staying if his time constraint's an hour, dude, that's good. TFX was perfect for thick boys.
TFX was perfect. Yeah.
You didn't like going there for friends or girls or socializing? You weren't big into socializing?
I had a group. That's it. I was like, I talked to everyone. There was never like, oh, he's a popular kid. Um, but no, I had all sorts of friends. I had the nerds. I had the athletes. I don't know. I don't care as long as you're cool. I don't care.
Okay, so it had nothing to do with the people. It was just
No.
the lifestyle of sitting still and the focus and the demands. It just wasn't what you wanted to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after school, were you excited? Did you like going to the sports?
So the thing was like during high school, I was always like starving because I don't eat. I was eating at noon and then having the practice right after school, which was 3, and then we didn't get out until like 5:30. So I was like starving all day. But yeah, that was
Why
rough. That
is
was the
that? Why
worst
didn't
part.
you bring more food? Just always forgot or didn't plan or
I just didn't do it. None of us did it. We should have. Like looking back to it, I wish I would have. I wish I would have brought food with me throughout the whole day because they were only feeding us lunch. And if you were there early enough, you got breakfast.
And then so you would eat at noon, finish school at 3, and then go to track practice or football practice
Yeah.
and train until 5:30 or 6.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they
Nowadays, my kids, I feel like, eat, like, every hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy. They're always I feel like they're always eating.
No, that's how it should be, and I feel like there for a little bit, I felt like the kids weren't as big as like I feel like back in the day, everyone was huge, and I think
Mhm.
it's because of the food, the amount of food people were getting back in the day compared to what they're getting now at schools. I think that has a lot to do with it.
Did you ever wrestle?
No, I wish I would have. We didn't have wrestling team.
Mm.
But I get asked that like whenever I was walking around campus, like, "Hey, you're a wrestler." It's like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah, I mean, you look like a wrestler.
Yeah, I get told that a lot.
Yeah. And it's crazy that you move so well and that you run and swim so well too. I mean, it's a testament to just all your hard work and your athleticism. And then, how did CrossFit enter your life?
So my ex-girlfriend, she put me in a CrossFit class, and at the time I was like, "What the hell? Why would you do that? Why did you put me in?" I
How
was
did she
so
do that? Weren't you in high school?
yeah. So they allow high schoolers to go to CrossFit gyms.
I know, but my high school girlfriend would have never done something like that.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
that
yeah.
seems like that's, like, really assertive for a high school girl.
Yeah, she's like she knew at the time I was like dealing with knee problems and I was like very low in life. I didn't want to do anything. I was gaining weight. But she put me in that and I was pissed. I was like, "What the why'd you put me in that?" And then we showed up for one day of class and I was like, "Wow, that was really fun."
What's that look like? Like, you're at school were you a senior?
Uh, I think yeah, it was going into my senior year.
So it was the summer of your junior, senior year?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, Chris, um, at 11 o'clock tomorrow, we're going to a CrossFit class." And you're like, "What?" "I
No, she
signed
said
us up."
yeah, she said it in person, and I was like, kind of an asshole about it.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Yeah, we're going. You have no choice. I already paid for it." She paid for it too, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, and then we're going. I guess we're going.
Is that her right there?
No, 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 that's a friend. That's just a
So,
friend.
yeah, what an assertive thing to do for a high school age. Like, one year, my wife signed me up. This is like 2 years ago or a year ago. I think it was my birthday, and she signed me up for a hot Pilates class. Same thing. I was pissed, but I smiled and was like, "Oh, thank you." And I went. It was insane. It was an hour of just like I was so glad I did it. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but it was like one of the best hours of my life. It was nuts. It was like holding on for dear life. You're in a room. It's 110 degrees. There's You're in there with just a bunch of super hot moms. It was holding on for dear life. I only did 50% of what they said. Everything they said, if they said 10, I did 5. You know what I mean? I just cut
Yeah,
everything and it was nuts.
dude, I
Uh,
heard those Pilates classes are crazy.
Holy shit, dude. I never drink water during a workout, and I must have drank my wife's like, "You better bring water." I'm like, "No." I drank probably a gallon in there. And, like, every once in a while, someone will open a door and let in fresh air, and it's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah,
Dudes
yeah,
everywhere, old dudes, hairy dudes with their shirts off, sweat flying around. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on here?" It was crazy. Everyone's way too close, like
yeah.
mats on top of mats.
Yeah, I've never done it, but I've always been told like if you at least got to try it once.
It's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
you could go in there so stiff, and in the first 5 minutes, you're a noodle. It's so hot. That was the nicest part. You get
Yeah.
so loose like that. Um, so, just so did you drive there together? I just can't picture a high school girl dragging you to a CrossFit class. Like, do you remember, like, were you pouting the whole time?
I was a little nervous because
Mhm.
like I said, I was dealing with knee problems. And of course, like the first day, it was like build to a heavy 4 back squat. So and there was people in there and then I was like ego freaking lifting and trying to keep up with them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was I was a little nervous when I first walked in there.
And what did you like about it?
I honestly didn't think it was an actual sport, like fitnessing, like pushing your limits against other people. I think is pretty cool, and being able to. So, saying I was squatting, for example, and then I got my ass whooped on the squat because I was dealing with knee problems, and then the workout had like pull-ups and running in it, and then I freaking did really good on that. I was like, wow, that was actually really fun.
So the fact that there was always someone you could be good at.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I liked about it too, actually.
And most people, when you're first starting, are not always good at everything.
Right. I never got good at anything, but it was just crazy that I was good at something, because in PE I sucked at everything. So at CrossFit you're like, oh shit, I could do something here and beat some girls.
Yeah, like growing up, I was always athletic. Like I could do everything, but I was never like good. I was just could do everything.
And what happened the second time? Did you sign yourself up the second time?
So I got close with the owner at the time, and he's like, "Hey," because it was expensive. CrossFit is expensive. I was like, "Hey, can I like help clean the gym if I could get like a free membership?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's fine." So like I was cleaning I think it was every Saturday, and he gave me like a free membership if I cleaned. So
And
yeah, and
that's what you
then
did.
yeah, and then like 3 months after doing that, I competed, and probably not a good idea because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to fuel. I was taking naps because I was so tired.
Hey, what was the name of the gym?
It was.
That's you? I don't even recognize you in that photo.
Yeah, that's me. But it wasn't a CrossFit gym. It was a functional fitness gym. But they did CrossFit stuff. It
In
was
Oklahoma?
yeah. It was called Five Alarm.
Five Alon.
Yeah.
Did you quickly realize that you were better than most of the people in there?
Uh, I would say like it took about 3 months. I started getting better and better and better. Um, my lifts were not fun. Like snatching and clean and jerks were so hard, and I just kept telling myself, "Be patient, be patient, be patient. Don't hurt. Don't get yourself hurt doing the wrong technique." Um, but yeah, like I did that for I want to say till 2020. I was there. Then I found Midwestern Bill, CrossFit Midwestern Bill with Jason Ansley.
And is Jason Ansley one of the owners of WFP?
No, he's the one. I think he's the director.
Director, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And did you do that?
Did I do what? Oh, WFP.
WFP? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
How did you do in that?
So I got, I think, 16th on the first go around.
And you didn't have to qualify. You had an invite to be one of the pros from
No,
the
no, no,
beginning.
no. I had
No?
to qualify.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had to qualify.
Even though you finished, what did you finish last year at the games? Top 20, right?
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
still had to qualify.
yeah. I don't have the Instagram followers like everyone else.
But you know Jason. You couldn't hook a brother up?
No, no, I don't get that privilege. That's
Well,
I
little home
wish he did.
cooking?
I think if he owned it, I think it'd be different. I think I would probably get the number one spot.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so you're close to him.
Yeah, yeah. I probably call him once a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go back. So you're at this gym for 3 months, and it's the summer of your junior senior year. And how does this affect your sports your senior year? Do you still do track and football?
I still so all summer I was basically doing CrossFit for like I would do my summer weights and then I would go do CrossFit and then I went into high school football, which I had an awesome freaking high school football career. I think I rushed for 1,800 and
Wow.
I think I had close to 1,000 receiving. I didn't hit 1,000 because my goal was 1,000. Um, but I think CrossFit helped me a lot. Like I could do a lot of crazy stuff. Like I was jumping over people. I was left and right going through people, hitting people pretty hard.
And you were at the perfect age for your body just to heal quickly and get crazy adaptations. So you're doing all this intense shit.
Yeah, my knee got better. I don't know, like it.
Wow.
I don't know how. I think it's 'cause all the squatting I was doing in CrossFit. But my knee ended up getting better, and I was like, that I was really thankful for that.
Yeah, that's cool. And did you get any of your friends to do it?
I tried. I tried to get a couple. I tried to get my quarterback to do it, and one of my best friends played fullback. They showed up for one day and like didn't show back up. But yeah, I did. I definitely tried.
It's what a cool story that your girlfriend signed you up and you went and felt obligated because she paid the $20 and then that was it. You're hooked.
Yeah, it wasn't $20. It was about $160 for
Oh,
a whole
she
month.
paid. Oh, she didn't just sign you up for. She signed you up for a whole month.
Yeah, yeah, it was a whole month. So I think at the time it was like a one. I think it was 1 month off. Next month, $80, and she ended up doing the deal. I think it was like the January deal. You know how everybody
Yeah.
like every gym does deals. So
New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it was okay. Wow. So you knew right away. Okay. Yeah. That I could see now the pissed off part. You're like, gee,
You
Yeah.
spent all
wow.
that money and I don't
What
even like it.
What did you do? We could have gone to In-N-Out like for a
Yeah,
month.
because I think she signed a contract too, so like you had to do it for at
And
least that month.
and did she end up liking it too?
Yeah, yeah, she still does it. She still does it.
And so you're there 3 months, and then you switch to another gym, and you switch to that gym
No,
to
no,
get
no. So I'm there from 2018 to 2020.
okay at this place 5 Alon.
5 Alarm. Yeah.
Oh, 5 Alarm. Okay,
What'd you think I said? What was that?
5 Alon.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Okay,
Alarm.
okay. And then 2018 to 2020 you're there, and then at 2020 you switch to the other gym.
Right after COVID, I
Okay.
reached out to Jason and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to do this for like a living, basically." He's like, "All right," and I went in there to talk to him, and it went really good.
Wow, after 2 years you had aspirations to do it full time.
Yeah.
And how
Yeah.
many comps did you do in that first 2 years?
So whenever I first started, I was doing a couple, like I think my first year I did like two or three. Then I realized like, hey, I don't need to be competing if I'm not getting better. Because I like to win. I was not winning when I first started. Because there was a lot of things I needed to work on. I didn't know how to climb a rope, didn't know how to do kipping pull-ups. I knew how to do strict pull-ups, but it was just like things like that.
And is
But
that why you found this guy? How did Jason pop on your radar? How did you know to contact him to get those skills?
so I lived in Miami, Oklahoma, which is like 30 minutes from Joplin, Missouri. That's where he's from. And he was coaching Shay Black at the time,
Okay.
Cheyenne Black, and she was competing at the Mayhem Classic. And that's whenever I was like, holy crap, like she's competing there. And that's whenever I was like, oh, I should probably reach out to him. But he's been coaching quite a bit of athletes for a while. But I knew that her and Chelsea Cross, he was coaching. They were both at a very high level, both semifinal athletes.
Did you feel any pushback at first? Because I bet you a lot of gyms hear that from people. I bet you for every 20 people you hear, hey, I want to go to the games, like one maybe has a chance but doesn't make it. You know what I mean? Like I've heard a lot of people over the years like, dude, this is the next games athlete. Was he like kind of looking at you cross-eyed?
I've never asked him that. I probably should ask him that. No, like I talked to him and I mean, the way I was talking, I think he believed in me.
Yeah.
And he made me work out with him. Whenever I reached out to him, he was still training for like masters for his division. And he was like top 3 in his division. So he was pretty fit. And he would always tell me, like, his number one rule was like, don't let me beat you.
Okay.
My only rule. And
Don't let the old guy beat you.
I think there was probably 5 or less times he beat me, and he was fit. He was pretty fit.
Yeah.
When
And he's twice your age, right?
yeah. Yeah.
How old did you say you are now? You're 25?
Just turned 25.
Yeah. Happy birthday. When was your birthday?
May 2nd.
Oh. God, what a quick climb you've had. And so what made you think that you wanted to do it full time? What is there some athlete you saw and you're like, "Hey, I think I can do what that guy does and that looks like a good life?"
So I went to go play JUCO football and I was like going through all the training, all the running, the bleachers, all the lifting, and then we would get out on the football field, and I was like, wow, this isn't as fun as it was in high school. But I was enjoying the lifting, the worst part of all that. And the guy that recruited me said he's like watched me since I was little, and I just was like, hey, I'm not enjoying this. And he's like, as long as you keep going to school, I don't care. And so I finished my 2 years of college, and then I mean, if I enjoyed lifting and running and the bleachers, all the bad stuff, I was like, maybe I should give this CrossFit stuff a try.
You said the guy who's been watching you since you're a little kid. Who's that? What do you mean watching you since you're a little kid?
So he's been watching me play football since I was in Pee Wee. Because I played travel. I played travel football whenever I was. It was not a good idea again. Playing travel football is not, because like it's. I think we played 4 games one weekend. Imagine that, like getting hit
As a little kid.
as a little kid, and
What the
I was
fuck?
like, you were so sore, you could barely move, and it was pretty rough the last day.
How old were you?
Fifth grade, fourth, fifth grade, and sixth grade. It's whenever I played travel football.
Did you spend a lot of time when you were playing sports away from your parents?
Yes, yes. Every weekend, because like if I wasn't playing football, I was like playing AAU basketball, and then I quit playing basketball after everybody started growing, and I wasn't growing.
How was that? Did you like those experiences? Were you good on your own?
Yeah, I mean, I was always with friends. That was like it was me and my friends hanging out. I like because my one of my friends' dad, it was his dad's team, and so he would have like a big house, and we would all just have sleepovers, playing video games, and then waking up and playing basketball together. But it was really fun.
Okay, so yeah, good scene. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't really let my kids out of my sight, but I grew up like that too. I was always at someone's house, always playing video games, always riding bikes somewhere. I didn't do sports, but we were doing other just shit. And it's crazy. My kids don't experience any of that. Would you let your kids out of your sight? Are you gonna have kids?
Yeah, someday. I think if
Would
I
you let
had
them
girls.
out of your sight as much as you were out of your parents' sight?
Oh no, 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 no.
Yeah,
I
me
would not
neither.
let my kids drive at 13 years old, 12, 13 years old.
But wasn't that are you a great driver now?
Uh, I have never got a ticket, so
I mean,
yeah.
but are I'm first generation here. My parents were immigrants too. English wasn't my
Yeah.
first language. So when I was 5, I was already sitting in between my dad's lap driving. When I was 13, and my dad had this van, and he would, if we were going on long drives to LA, he'd sleep and I'd sit next to him and I'd drive. And I'd never heard of anyone driving at 13 besides me until I heard you. I didn't do it by myself, but I was always like, he would just be in the car. But I'm a crazy good driver now. Like if there's a 14-foot parallel spot and my car's 13 feet 6 inches, I'm going in.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like I ain't got no fear. It's like whatever. I drive. I like the curb is my friend. Like I'll drive if I'm gonna drive on it. I do it on purpose, and if I'm not, I don't. Like I just like drive. Like
yeah.
it's like walking to me.
I didn't parallel park until the day of the test, and
Yeah.
I had to look it up on YouTube. I was like, how do you parallel park? And I hit it right away. I was like so happy.
Like you just understood the idea.
Yeah,
Like hey, when
yeah,
the tire gets close, that's when you
yeah,
crank as hard as you can.
yeah,
It's like duh.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say I'm a pretty good driver. I would, I would say I'm a good driver. Like I don't have to like look at my backup camera. I literally turn around like the
Me
old school way.
too. Yeah.
I
Fuck
let
the camera. I
Olivia,
don't trust the camera.
yeah, I let Olivia drive my car.
What? Say that again.
I let Olivia drive my car a couple
Oh
days
shit!
ago.
I bet you she's not a good driver.
So her car has sensors. You know how like if you're getting over and there's a car next to you, it'll
Yeah,
go off. So in
yeah,
my car, it doesn't have that.
yeah.
And I was like a little worried for her
Is
because
she a
she
good
also has
driver?
a hard time. I get on to her for not like looking back,
Yeah,
and so like whenever she doesn't see like the yellow light in the mirror, like
yeah.
she knows get over. I'm like, no, you can't. You gotta just
What
look.
the hell, dude?
You gotta look. You gotta look. But yeah, she's definitely. I mean, I feel like most people are like that now. They don't look around.
I hate a shitty driver. Hey, when you drive, do you have a girlfriend now?
No girlfriend.
No. Oh. When the last time you had a girlfriend, or do you always drive?
I hate driving.
Oh, you do.
I hate
Okay.
driving, but whenever she would drive when we were traveling, I couldn't sleep because it was always like press on the brakes and I'd like fall forward and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, gosh, dang.
I wouldn't say my wife's a bad driver, but like if she picks me up somewhere or anytime they're both, I always drive. But it's even like she'll show up somewhere and she'll just pull up and get out of the driver's seat and go to the passenger seat. Unspoken rule. Like I drive. Like I drive. Maybe I think she, now that I say it, I think she just doesn't want to hear me be ridiculed while she's driving. She's like, fuck this. I'm not driving around this asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also don't mind people telling me, like, I like a good backseat driver. Like, I like it when the person next to me, you know, in the car is like paying
Yeah.
attention too. They're like pedestrian. You know what I mean? Like, I love a good wingman. I never get defensive. She's like, dog. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, I get in trouble for that all the
For being
time.
but it's so nice, isn't it? Having like a wingman in the cockpit.
My wife always calls out the cops. She's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
there's a
cops.
cop." I'm like,
Yeah, I
"Nice."
love that. You're like,
Because I'm
yeah.
always speeding.
So I have a little cop detector thing.
Nice.
Dude, I've had that since I was
Like an old school radar, like from the 90s.
not a radar. Not a radar. It's a detector. Like it goes off if their radar's on.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a radar detector? Like, don't cars have that? Like, my iPhone tells me, "Hey, there's cops up ahead now." I don't even know.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah, I
that's
guess.
Google Maps.
Oh,
But if
But
you're not trying to use your maps all the time, you just have this thing on your dash. I guess it is a radar detector. Yeah.
yeah.
you
But I
plug it
thought
into
you
your
were talking
cigarette
about
lighter, Chris? Like
what?
that? You plug it into your cigarette lighter?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I have one of the. Actually, I think that's the one I have. How much is
Yeah,
that?
nice.
It's
$800,
expensive.
dude.
Okay, no, mine was $400.
Okay.
I didn't even know shit like that still existed.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah, dude. Everybody that drives like a super nice souped up Audi or some shit, they've
yeah,
got one on their dash.
yeah.
My
I have
brother's
one of those. It's
always
definitely
speeding when he
saved
does
me a
that.
lot, and that's probably why I haven't got a ticket.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys definitely need one if you guys are driving. I think every sports car should have one of these.
Yes.
Oh, what are
You're
you driving?
I'm not driving a sports car. It's a
Oh.
little Ford Fusion.
Oh.
You got an SUV?
No, yeah, it's a Ford Fusion.
Okay, where were we
Nice.
before we got derailed? Ann's the 5 alarm, and then Ansley, and then so you're training with him, and then what happens from there? Because when I saw you at the first time you popped on my radar was at Crash, and I think you were an HWPO athlete, and then I see I think you're a proven athlete, right?
Yep.
So you were just looking for elite programming, and you're like, shit, Matt Fraser is the greatest to ever do it. I'm signing up for his stuff.
I was following HWPO for almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was good. I liked it. Helped me a lot. Just sticking to a program helped a lot.
Yeah,
But
the pedigree that it comes from, and the coaches there were insane too. Marconi was there,
yeah.
and I don't know if he's still there, but the other guy who was the comp train guy, Hank Lapsley. What was the guy? Harry Powley.
Oh, I never saw him there, but I always saw Jake Marconi there and Josh. Gosh, I don't. He always gets mad whenever I pronounce his last name, or he gets mad at people for saying.
Didn't they have a couple
so I'm not
Steves too? They had a couple Steves there.
Yeah, Stephen Fawcett.
Yeah, and he was an insane
Oh,
athlete.
he's a very smart guy. I was having back problems, and he like figured it out, and I was like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing.
I mean, the HWPO is a trip, right? Because they have the greatest ever, obviously overseeing it, Matt Fraser. No one ever second guesses their coaches as being great. Their athletes have been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, what happened to Mal there? Mal was just like, I mean, she looked like the next Tia. So you go there. I mean, it makes sense. Is that why you go? I mean, is that what you're just like? Shit, yeah, that's the place.
So I mean, I followed like whenever I first started, I would look at like Mayhem's programming, and I mean, it wasn't for me, but I ended up just I liked Matt Frazier, so I was like, you know what, let's just
Yep.
give this a try. So I ended up just doing that, and I mean, I enjoyed it. It was nothing. I mean,
Did you flourish over there? How long did you do it?
so I didn't get one-on-one training until like after semifinals in 2024, and
So you
at
do
that,
sorry, so you do. I want to. Don't want to get too far ahead before I forget this.
yeah.
So you go from when you're with Ansley. Are you all is he doing your programming or is
Oh,
HWPO?
he was doing my programming. Him and Steven Tackett, which Steven Tackett is who I still work with a little
Uh-huh.
bit.
Good
But
dude.
them two were with me until 2022.
And they're
Yeah,
not affiliated with anyone. Ansley's his own guy, and Steven Tackett's his own guy.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then after that, I like got on with HWPO after 2022.
And then in 24, you go to semifinals,
23, I go to semifinals.
and you don't make it that year.
Nope, don't make it that year.
But and when you do HWPO, do they know? Do the coaches there know you're doing HWPO? Like, do you put your scores in, and they're like looking at them, and they
I
go,
I,
"Oh,
I would put my scores in, but I don't think they like ever saw scores. I might be wrong. I don't think
okay."
they definitely didn't know me until I made the games because
Like,
yeah,
oh
I
shit,
mean,
he's actually pretty good.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and
But
you made the games through. I think I saw you make the games. I was there at that. Was that through Carson? Am I remembering that right?
yeah, that was Carson. Yeah,
No shit. So when you went there, who was your coach?
Steven Tackett.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. And I was not working with HWPO. I was doing their programming, but like Steven Tackett would like adjust the programming for me specifically. Like if I needed to, especially like closer to semifinals, like all the workouts got released. So like we would like adjust all the programming to see what I needed. And I mean, that's how I went until I made the games and they were like they reached out and it's like, hey, you no longer have to pay for programming. We'll program for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Hey,
Is Steven still living in his RV?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
nice.
where does he live in his RV?
And Overland Park,
In what state is that?
Kansas.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
what kind
helped
of?
me like figure out what RV to get when I was looking to
Oh,
buy.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Really helpful.
Yeah, when you went to that semifinal at Carson, had you moved to Kansas yet with Hepner?
No. No, no, no.
Okay.
So I didn't meet Jacob. Wait. So yes, I was. Sorry. Yes, I
Okay.
was.
So you went from Ansley to like deciding like, hey, I need to be who recommended you go to Kansas and train with Jacob?
Ansley.
He did. So and they know each other, they're friends?
Yeah, because Jacob helps out with First Form Monster Games.
Okay.
And that's Jason's competition.
Okay. And when you say First Form, that's the
It's a sponsor.
that's the sponsor of the supplement company. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Are they based out of where are they based out of? Do you know?
St. Louis.
Okay. Okay.
But
Wow.
that competition's in 3 weeks. It's a big competition here. It just got moved to Overland Park in Kansas City, and I think they have about 900 athletes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they have about 900 athletes competing.
So who does this is off subject, but who does that now? That's in a really weird time spot, right? Who does that? Just really high level people aspiring to go to the games?
So I don't think he does it for like the high level athletes. He does it for like the people that just want to fitness.
Okay.
But he
Like you
does
won't
say
be able to go this year, right? You won't be
no,
able to compete. Okay.
he does have like 4 or 5 invites that he sends that people that don't make the games.
Okay.
So he just started doing that too.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
think like the price purse is like $4,000.
Hey, I really like this. I already love Jason Ansley. Same sex divisions.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
I love that word. Same sex. Yeah. Sex denotes your genitalia. I like that. That's important. That's like how sports are played. That's good. All right. Point Jason.
Yeah, it's a good competition. Like whenever I first started competing, I mean they tested running, they tested swimming, and then CrossFit basically. So like I knew if I was to make the games, like I would be fine in the swimming and running portion because they were testing that.
Hey, I really like this layout, Caleb. Look at, even though his camera's vertical, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, this is nice.
I was
Okay.
gonna ask him to rotate his phone, but since we're all
No, this
here
is
together,
so
it's all
good.
good. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
this is
We're good.
nice. This is nice. And okay, so you go to that semifinal, right? And that's the first year you qualify for the games.
Yes. Yeah, it's the second year going to semifinals. I qualified for the games.
In what place did you qualify there?
6th place.
Okay. And did you like that competition?
Oh yeah, that was a phenomenal competition. I wish the games were there. I
Oh
like
yeah,
Carson.
me too.
Carson's awesome. A lot of people hate it because of the heat, but I was like, that. I mean, I feel like that's part of it.
Dude, the stadium there, we're just on top of you as the fans.
No, yeah, that's easy view for you guys. Like that would
So
be
easy.
Yeah, you don't have to like look. I don't know. Like I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't. I thought the soccer stadium next to it was like perfect too. I was like, you have
Yep.
everything here. Why wouldn't you want to do this here?
And what how many did they take? Do you remember?
9.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't take 9th, because whoever took 9th, that means they pushed Colton out. And I have to hate you.
It was Cole Greasaver.
Oh, fuck him. What happened to Cole? I haven't seen Cole's name at all this year. Is he still competing?
I don't know. I tried messaging him like 6 months ago. I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
are you not doing this season?" And he didn't end up texting me back. But I don't
Jackass.
know.
Yeah, he had a shitload of potential. He's young too, right? He's just a kid.
Yeah, he's huge, big. I worked out with him a couple times, and I was like, "Dude, you're built like a linebacker."
He's huge. He's huge. His ass has its own gravitational field. I remember seeing him at the games one year. I was like, Jesus, you walk too close to this guy, you fall into his ass. He's huge.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's
so
getting
fast
married.
with
That's
his
why he's fucked.
Oh,
He's never gonna make it back to the games.
Oh, whatever. He'll be there if he wants to.
God, he's huge. Okay, so you make it, and then that's a pivotal point for you in terms of mentality. You're like, yep, I'm a games athlete. I made it. This is the goal. And you were going to go to the military if you didn't make it?
Yeah, by 2025, I was gonna go to the Navy if I didn't make the games.
You silly goose. Why
Wow.
would you do that?
Wow. And were your parents okay with that? Had you shared that with anyone?
Not a lot of people. I didn't tell a lot of people. I was just gonna do it, just surprise
Nice.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like if you tell people, it won't happen.
Yeah. Good point. Like, hey, I don't need any feedback. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And any chance you'd still go, or you think now you're on the right trajectory? You don't see.
I don't think I would go, but I could see myself like whenever I'm older, be a cop or something.
Yeah.
I could do that, but I don't think I would go back to the military. I don't think I would go to the military.
And your dad was a cop.
Yeah.
Is he still a cop?
No, no longer a cop.
He retired?
So he was a cop in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
So it was just, yeah, it was a bad deal. That's why he
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, now he's a landscaper.
But in the States?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's in the States.
Wow. Stereotypes do fit, people. Stereotypes do fit. It's okay. It's okay. My dad opened a liquor. My dad came from the Middle East and opened a liquor store. It's like, hey.
Yeah, he's told me like some crazy stories, but yeah, I mean, like he has like a mark on his leg of like a dog biting him. He has a big old like chunk missing.
No.
I was like, yeah, he was in crazy stories.
And that
You ever get
happened in
paid off?
training.
What?
Did he ever get paid off?
I don't know. I don't know the whole.
I paid off cops in Tijuana. I got pulled over there, and I gave whatever the money was.
I don't think he was like that. I hope he wasn't. I don't think he was. The way he is, I don't think he was.
Damn.
You're probably right.
You have to have your dad as a guest on the show. How's your dad's English?
Not good. He only knows Spanish, so no, it couldn't work.
Fuck.
That's
Where's
why I
he?
still speak Spanish.
Where's he a landscaper? What state?
Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder how landscapers what their season's like when it snows. I guess they pivot to people who clean snow, plow
So
snow and
like
shit.
down in South Texas, it doesn't snow very often.
Yeah.
Up
Does he have
here
his
in
own
Nebraska,
business?
they'll do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead, Caleb. Sorry.
As soon as in Nebraska, the landscapers will just pivot to snow removal.
Yeah.
They all have some like big F-250s or whatever, and then they just put a plow on the front. And they just start plowing snow for people.
And he does have his own business?
Yep.
Does he go back and forth
With what?
to Mexico? Does he travel back and forth?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
My landscaper, Javier, I mean, had him for 8 years. His business is like booming. Like now he's never here. Like he's in Mexico. Just his business kills. His son runs it here, and he's back in Mexico, just killing it.
Yeah,
I call him. I'm like, where are you? He's like, Mexico. Damn.
I mean, I was landscaping before. I think it was a 2023 season, and working out like after landscaping was rough. Like I was trying to drink as much water, but I was like sweating it out.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't peeing. Like I was drinking a gallon of water and I wasn't peeing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm definitely sweating this out. But yeah, landscaping is rough.
Hey, I know this is different, but that's what it's like working the games. Like when the games would be outside somewhere or something, or just like how much you run around as a cameraman. I'll drink like 2 gallons of water at the CrossFit games and don't pee. And usually, like, I'm the kind of person, if I drink a pint of water, like in 5 minutes, I'm peeing. But it's crazy. If you're moving and sweating, it's like, you're like, holy shit, I haven't peed today.
Yeah, I mean your system's clean, but
Yeah. So you make the games, and then do you start taking the build up to this season when you qualified at TFX between last year and this year? Do you start taking it more seriously?
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't say I was never taking it seriously. I feel like as soon as before I made the games, I was taking it seriously. Like in 2023 when I did it, I was like, okay, what did I do that caused me not to make this season or the games? And I basically just fixed all that. And I would say that's whenever I started taking it like really, really serious. It's just fixing the little things like that.
Can you give me an example of something like where you like, hey, there can be no holes. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, like one being like I was out eating instead of at home, being at home. Like whenever I was at semifinals in 2023, I was out eating instead of like eating at the Airbnb and going to bed sooner. That was like one, and like nutrition was the other one. It was just small details like that. Stretching, rolling out between events, getting treatment, having a chiropractor on site. Just the little things that like I think that's what separates semifinal athletes to games athletes, treating yourself like you're an actual athlete. But
So like if you can fix 20 things and each of them can give you 1/10%, you're 2% better.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. And then when you went to TFX this year, did you know?
Did I know I was going to make the games?
Yeah, like you hear like Gazan goes to NorCal and she's like, yeah, I just know. Or so who said it recently on this show? I just know. I just knew. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean you just knew?
No, I wouldn't say like, oh, I knew. I knew there was good competition. I think I was picked like 3rd or 4th. I think Bill Leahy was like in front of me, and I think he ended up getting like 6th place. But no, I mean, I wouldn't say I didn't have any like faith in me. I felt like if I just like did my job, I could get in a position to go to the games. But I mean, again, you have to do the work and do it the right and execute.
Will your mom and dad come to the games and watch you this year?
No, I told them not to. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
Too expensive.
So you know, God, you're a good son. So you know that you're going there, and you know that like, hey, if they go, it's going to tap a lot of resources on them: time, hotel, airfare, and you're like, I got this.
Yeah. I was growing up. My mom was always working, and she couldn't like really show up for my basketball games, sometimes football games or track meets because she was always working. So like, for them not to be there, it's not gonna hurt me. So
Yeah.
It's nothing really new to me. Like I'm not gonna be crying in the corner if my mom doesn't show up. Hurt my feelings.
Do you have someone who's emotional support for you? Like like someone you lean on for emotional support?
I wouldn't say I do. I mean, I talk to my mom, I talk to my dad about things, but I wouldn't say I have someone right now that I have. Um, but no, I wouldn't say I have anyone right now.
Could you have a relationship now, you think?
Like a girlfriend?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. I
Yeah.
mean, right now, I'm not looking for someone right now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm in the.
All right. Just like that. Got a
Oh,
little got a little too
nice.
sensitive. A
Cool.
little too much prodding.
It's all right. It
Can you
happens.
hear
There you
me?
go.
No,
Sorry,
somebody
was
was
that too
calling me.
sensitive of a question? You're
No,
like,
no, no.
fuck you.
Somebody was
Okay.
calling
Okay.
me. Somebody was calling me.
Okay.
Steven
Uh,
Taggett was calling me. He's probably
oh,
like, "Where are you at?"
Steven, chill, buddy, chill. You should be watching the show. So you're not looking. Do you have walls up for that? Like right now? You think?
I think I'm just too busy with this CrossFit thing.
Would you know if a girl did vibe you or no? Would you even know?
Oh, I think I would know.
All
I'm kidding.
right.
I'm kidding.
All right.
But
Oh, you know.
no. Right now, no. It's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend probably 2 months ago broke up, so I'm not gonna be with anyone for a while.
Did that damage your training? Was that hard? That fuck you up?
So it was going on before TFX, and my coach, I mean, Tackett was like, you need to lock the fuck in. You need to stop thinking about that stuff. So him and Jason Ansley ended up getting me like an Airbnb with them. So the thing is, like with Jason, he's always like helping me out. He's always like he's staying with me for the CrossFit Games as well. So I would say Jason Ansley and Steven Tackett are my support group.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
emotional support group, like you were
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine going through a breakup and doing something that requires the amount of focus
Yeah.
that what you're doing. I guess in a way, training is there's the therapeutic component of it, right? It's like
Yeah.
escapism.
Yeah, 100%. Like whenever I was working out, like I just felt like that's what I was locked in on, and I would lose, like not even think about anything else.
You,
So
you ever feel drained from that? The other day, I was playing tennis with my kid, and it was an hour before his class, and it's a really high level, intense class, and I had beat him like 7 times, and he was pissed, and I could tell he was about to start crying. And then he went to class, and he had the worst class he's ever had, and I felt fucking horrible because I felt like I drained him emotionally. Do you know what I mean? Before he went.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the
I mean,
next day we played, he beat me before class, and he had the best class he ever had. And I was like, okay, I can't just beat his ass before class. Did you ever feel that way? Like the relation, the toll of emotion would drain you?
no,
No.
I wouldn't say no. I don't. I just try to like not even think about it.
Okay. It's not like like you know, like if you have a short in your house or like a leak in a hose and it's like water's running out of your. It wasn't like that.
No,
Oh.
no. I push really hard where I can't think about it. I'm just like trying to think about breathing and not passing out.
Yeah. I was crazy impressed by your confidence at Crash. So here you are competing. You're in JR's gym. Taylor's just being an absolute asshole to you. You're just the shit talking, and you just come right over to the live feed and put the headset on, and you're like, "What? Is that who you are? You just confront shit? Is that out of your comfort zone, or were you like, I'm here for this? I played sports. Like, you want to fucking talk the shit?
No,
Here
I
am.
enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah.
I mainly did it because it was getting people to watch too. I thought it was
Yeah, thank you. It was crazy when you
yeah.
came on. Even I started sweating. I was like, "Oh fuck, here we go."
Yeah. I don't think we
I mean,
were
we've been
ever gonna
talking
start
hellacious shit
yeah.
about you before.
I don't think we were ever gonna start swinging.
No,
but
no,
no, it was I
no.
thought it was funny.
Oh yeah, you were great. Yeah, look at. Oh god, that was so.
Dude, the amount of people that kept freaking cheering.
Oh my goodness.
I should have no repped his ass on that. Banging that damn weight.
How great was that, dude? That fucking rivalry you have.
Yeah.
So he fucking gives you the fucking stink eye, and then you come over and fucking give him the fucking little girl clap. Fuck, that's amazing.
No, yeah, that was fun. I mean, everyone on the outside like kept thinking it was way worse than it was, and I mean, it wasn't bad. I
I
kept
mean, you're
telling
just
people,
bulls. You're just fucking bulls running and
yeah,
banging heads and
yeah,
yeah,
and
it's
then
great.
we tried getting Colton involved, and he wasn't. He was just there to fucking win.
Yeah, yeah. When you look at the games, what's the plan? Is there like, um, is there a goal? Like, do you have this? Like, I know you were like, hey, if I didn't make it to the games, I'm going to go in the military. Is that like standard for you? Or are you like, okay, hey, I have to do this at the games this year?
I think improving every year. We're probably like that's whenever I know I should keep going in this sport. I also want to get an event win this year. I
Okay.
think that's top priority. Is getting an event
Is
win.
that first one is that first one in with the running and rowing one of the ones we might see you flourish at?
I don't know. Jeffrey Adler is a freaking amazing runner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't think it would be on that one because I went
And we
for
don't
it.
know any of the other workouts, right?
No,
Okay.
I went for it on the handstand push-up one, and then blew up on the free hand straight handstand or the freestanding handstand push-ups, and I just lost the lead. That was my event win.
Okay.
I was on pace to beat in Panchik, and nope, couldn't do it. I blew up, got a black eye, hit the corner of the mat, got a black
Oh,
eye trying to
damn.
push it. Yeah, but
Well, dude, you seem like you have a great head on your shoulder, and it seems like you're with just perfect people. I mean, you think of the people who've trained together, the men and women that have trained together, who are just rock and kill it. And I think you being with Kerstetter, with someone like with Hepner's attitude that keeps things light and yet still super intense. Uh, man, it seems like you're in the perfect place to do everything you want to do.
yeah, I mean, 100%. That's why I moved here because I knew if I was around them, it was going to be good.
Yeah. Well, hey, dude, great meeting you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on. Yeah,
Well, thank you guys.
you're a cool dude. I really enjoyed this getting to know you.
Appreciate it.
All right, you have a big day ahead of you, but straight to training now.
Yeah, going straight. That's why I'm getting phone calls. They're like, where
Oh,
the hell are you?
all right, dude. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you. See you
All
guys.
right, cheers. Bye. Chris Ibarra. Chris Ibarra. All right. I had a great night last night. I'd love to tell you guys about it. Just really quick, like, I am open to people telling me kid advice. Don't swear around your kids. But listen, I don't put my kids behind a chain link fence ever, and I don't introduce fucked up concepts to my kids. And my kids don't watch TV or play video games or that dumb shit very often. And yeah, they're all sorts of funny things said to me last night. And I also do appreciate the advice too. It was really sweet. This guy comes up to me and goes, "Yeah, my wife wants me to tell you not to swear around your kids." I was like, "Shit."
Well, why the fuck doesn't your wife say it to me?
Oh, she wasn't there. I could tell it was in a loving way. I could tell it was like because they cared. He asked me another interesting question too. He's like, "Do you ask questions that you know the answers to?" And it's weird when people ask me that. I get that a lot. I'm just someone will say, "Hey, where do you live?" And the answer will be like, "I live in like Santa Cruz."
Hmm.
When the real answer to the question is I live wherever I am. What do you mean? I'm living right here, right now in front of you. Like if you're really listening to him, that's the way you answer. Or if someone says to you, "Hey, why don't you wear shoes?" It's like, listen, motherfucker, you put shoes on. You need to ask yourself why you put shoes on. And they're like, "Wow, I
Your
never
feet
thought
are
of that.
sensitive.
I'm on autopilot. Yeah, I'm NPC." Well, they say that their feet are sensitive, but that's because they've been wearing shoes their whole life. They got all sorts of answers. It's cold. It's snowing. I don't want to hurt myself. Blah blah. You know what I mean? Like they just made up shit. I
Can
don't
I
mind.
steal my toe in every corner?
I didn't mind the unsolicited advice. The guy was a gem. The guy was a gem, and I could tell his wife came from a good place. And then I brought my son over, and I'm like, "Hey, do you think I should swear less in front of you?" My son's like, "Yes."
Who do you call? You've never called somebody a gem.
Uh, uh,
That's bless her heart.
Someone, one more thing I want to address. Someone in the comments was like, "Hey, wasn't it ironic that these Americans are talking about how free healthcare is lame, and then meanwhile they have 2 GoFundMe pages to raise money for their healthcare?" Listen, guys, I know more people than any of you listening. I've been to more countries than any of you. I have more family in more foreign countries than you. I've interviewed more people than you. I'm telling you, the healthcare in this country is the fucking best in the world. I've heard all the stories about Canada, Denmark, the UK. Like, just listen and learn from me. Just shut the fuck up. And like someone else is like, someone sucks the cock of millionaires. Like, listen, I've been poorer than any of you, and I've been richer than any of you. I've been in poor places in this country, on this planet than you, and I've been in richer places than you. Like, just shut the fuck up and listen. Like, I feel so bad for you that that so many of you are missing just the valuable lessons I'm teaching you. Just don't push back. Just listen. That's it. Just listen and learn. And if what I'm saying to you doesn't make sense, don't push back. Just store it like you don't understand it. That's what I do. When someone says something, like, just store it and just be like, okay, I don't understand that. You don't got to weigh in and be like, no, I have a friend who actually got good medical service in Denmark. Shut the fuck up. I'm telling you. I've had more crabs than any of you. Yeah. That's true.
That's crazy.
I would pick the crabs and put them in the Altoids container, and then I would actually smoke them sometimes. I would be smoking a clove cigarette, and I'd open my Altoid container, and all the crabs would be in there, and I just like, hail Satan. Put them on the end of my clove.
Oh my God.
I've smoked more crabs than any of you. Banged more chicks after 9/11 than any of you. Yeah, all that. Okay. I'm gonna take a picture of my deodorant top and post it on Instagram. It's crazy.
Oh God, please don't.
Yesterday I wore deodorant. I know I say I never wear deodorant, but I went to that all that deodorant talk, and then I went to the Met Fix party last night. I'm like, I should put on a little deodorant, and I put off the lid and I looked at it. I was like, holy fuck!
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Like, literally, you cannot see the top of my deodorant. I've been waiting for Chris at the track for 45 minutes. Come on, Sevon. Hope he was able to answer some questions. Yeah, he was. The takeaway is that his parents are illegals and he's concerned for him. That's my takeaway from the show. All right. Love you guys. And I will, I got some shit to say tonight. I'm headed over to the MetFix event right now. Greg's going to pick me up in 4 minutes. I'm going to head over there with him. I'm going to be there for an hour, and then I'm going to listen to Pete Shaw, I guess, hasn't up, and then I'm going to go to breakfast.
Luke de Jong special is out, or video, whatever it's called.
Oh, yes. You definitely want to see that. If you need something to watch right now, the Luke de Jong, Patrick Rios hung out at Torian Pro. You want to see that. De Jong is so funny. He's so good.
Yeah, he's awesome.
All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.